Do you think the likelihood, and given what you just said, I think you probably do, the likelihood of Mr. Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi getting their teams together and actually being successful on a stimulus package would actually be more likely now than previously?
Well, anytime it is that you can get Mnuchin and Pelosi, it is to talk the same language and agree on something. I think it's near act of God, right? So I think that that's a positive thing in the right direction. You know, the reality is that I think that we're all to a point to where it is that we're numb to a certain degree of what's going on with coronavirus. And so when either Trump and the First Lady, it is test positive, or Boris Johnson, we're a little numb to that to a certain degree. The reality is the majority of people it is on Main Street are more concerned with what's going on in their daily lives and what's happening to them and getting some degree of normalcy there. And I think the stimulus package going through and being approved is probably going to have a more positive effect on markets, because people are now not, they're less concerned it is with being evicted from their home or their residence. And the fact it is that there's maybe some degree of stabilization in their income with, another $600 check coming.
The problem here is that market participants are having to read the politics around this, and there was a feeling as though the Democrats might have lifted the bar a little bit so that Republicans would not agree terms on this stimulus package, that perhaps Democrats wanted to wait it out till after the election, or at least the lame duck period, so it does not enhance the president's chances of being re-elected. And if you think about the optics here, you just get a check in the mail, a fresh money from the government. Surely that would be positive right on the eve of an election for President Trump. The Democrats may not want to hand over that sort of leverage at this point, right?
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And so there's always a political leaning towards one thing or another. The reality is that the people, people just like the markets want some degree of stability. And going into this election, I think that it may actually favor Trump, both from a human aspect, it is for he and his wife, it is to contract, right? It's terrible that they have, but the reality is that if President Trump has survived the Russia investigation and an impeachment trial, if he can survive coronavirus, well, whatever happens to him there, he may be one of the toughest men on earth, right? So that coupled with, individuals getting some degree of confidence in the stimulus package coming up, I think actually it may bode well for him.